In January 2002, I finished preaching here in the morning, and I had a meeting to, I was one of those that were teaching in the Redeemed Bible School in the Apapa Parish. I was a lecturer there teaching them on biblical economics. And I had a lecture for 3 hours to do at the Apapa Parish of Redeemed. So I left here in the morning and went to Apapa, and we had the sessions. 3 hours teaching them on biblical economics. And then while I was having a question and answer session, all of a sudden we had a major shaking like an earthquake. The entire place was shaking. And it was like boom. Everyone was, what happened? What happened? All the speakers, everything, lights went off, generator, everybody. What's this? We did not know what has happened. They said, oh, maybe there is a bomb somewhere, this and that. At the end of the day, we discovered it was what is now known as the Ikeja bomb blast or bomb explosion. As a result of that experience, I saw what happened there, and as I was coming, I was asking myself as a pastor, did this thing get to Idimu? What has happened in Idimu? I hope it has not destroyed church. I hope it has not this. I was thinking. And then I got in touch with Pastor Abraham, and he said, Bobo Church, Bobo glass in 84. You know, all the glass, we were on the road. The glasses were broken. Everything was broken. And then, while I was on the way thinking, because I couldn't communicate with him until later, while I was there thinking, it just dropped in my heart. Do you have insurance for your church? Do you have insurance for your church properties? And when I finally spoke with him that day, 2002, I told him, we don't have insurance for anything in this church. And that's a major mistake on our part as leaders. Make it happen. From now, everything is insured. Since 2002 till now, everything in Calvary Bible Church has been insured. This building is insured. All the chairs you are sitting on is insured. All the equipment is insured. All the ACs are insured. The generator is insured. Why? Because by the experience of 2002, listen to me, experience is not the best teacher. The experience of others is the best teacher. We began to insure a lot of stuff. We have done insurance to a level where we even have money in transit insurance. Money inside safe insurance. Why? God did not give people wisdom to put insurance in place so that you can mock at it because you are a person of faith. The Bible says the horse is prepared for the day of battle, but victory is of the Lord. But the horse must be prepared. You must prepare the horse, but don't put your trust in the horse. So that brings me to the first money mistake I want to talk about today, which is more real now as a result of what has happened in the last few days. Ignoring the security and the insurance of your assets and investments is a money mistake. Ignoring the security and the insurance of your assets and investments is a money mistake. A lot of people have lost their wherewithal this week. Years of labor have been wiped out by the spirit of wickedness and the spirit of destruction. A lot of people have lost their job because on Monday morning they went to work. On Tuesday morning they went to work. By Wednesday they don't have a job anymore because the company they work in is no more. So you can't be asking for salary when the company does not even exist anymore. So there are people who had job last week and don't have job anymore. There are people who had businesses last week. Right now they don't have any business anymore. There are people who had houses and properties last week. Right now it does not exist anymore. And listening well, the question we now need to ask ourselves is, while we believe God for restoration and recovery, what wisdom did you put in place? Many of the people we have had the opportunity to speak with in the course of this week, one question is, hope you have insurance. We didn't have insurance, so hope you have insurance. Listen to me. Even if the government says they will help you, can they take care of everybody at the same time? No. Listen well. While you have a plan for your life, the devil also has a plan for your life. While you are strategizing, the enemy is also strategizing. So wisdom demands that if you can take time to gather an asset, if you can take time to go into an investment, you should also be wise enough to ensure that your asset and your investment is secured, and insurance can help you to a level. Insurance will not solve all your problems, but it will make your crisis easier. It will lighten the burden. There are things that insurance cannot do. Insurance cannot replace the memory. Insurance cannot replace cannot wipe away the pain. But insurance can lighten your body. So why will you spend 7 million naira to buy a car and you don't have enough wisdom to put 500,000 per annum insurance? And you go and do third party and end up as a third party. Why do you buy a house for 35 million and you cannot spend 800 or 500 to insure the 35 million dollar house? These are the realities of our time. But you know why we don't do that? It's the mindset. All this insurance. God is the insurance. God is the insurance. But the same God tells you the horse must be prepared for the day of battle. I will give you victory, but you've got to have the horse. You need to have a rod that God will use to part your Red Sea. You need to have 3 loaves and 5 bread and 2 fishes that God will multiply. There is always a natural that is required for the super to be connected. The supernatural will not happen without natural. The super will remain super without the natural. Natural will remain natural without the super. It's a combination of the natural and the super that produces the supernatural. You build a house for 50 million and then you put a malam at your gate and you are paying 50,000. Hello? So you are paying somebody 15,000 naira in a 35 million naira property. And when there is NSAS, it will kill you and carry your property and kill your family and roast you. Why? Because you think you are a big man and you are not ready to pay your driver good money. People that can destroy your life in one day. You are not ready to pay your gateman good money. Somebody that can open the gate and say, yeah, Wale is at home. No. These are the realities of life. And you think you are a big man. You treat your house help anyhow. You treat your domestic staff anyhow. You treat your driver anyhow. You treat your gateman anyhow. You are a fool if you do that. You are. Because these people have your life in their hand like this and they can snuff it in one day. I hope you know that it's the youth that will refuse to train that are doing what they're doing now. It's the youth that will refuse to empower. It's the failure of the state. The people will refuse to send to school. The people will refuse to empower. They are the one doing this now. So when we are telling you, oh, let's raise money so that we can give people scholarship. Let's raise money so that we can do this. Let's raise money so that we can do academy. Let's raise money so that we can do welfare. Let's raise money so that we can do skill acquisition. Say they are just raising money. Is it for us? Is it for us? If we don't take these people off the street, if we don't empower these people, there is no safety for you to enjoy your prosperity. Let me help you bring it home. Think for a while that you came this morning and this place was burnt down. Think that you came to church completely. How will you feel? The Rehoboth we have been raising for almost 20 years that we have not finished building. Then one day somebody just come and raise it down. How will you feel? Think like that and remember what people have lost out there. It will put it in perspective of what people have lost out there. So number 1, ignoring the security and the insurance of your asset and your investment is a money mistake. So if you are listening to me right now, you are driving a correct car that you consider correct. You know there are some cars you don't need to insure it because the money of the insurance is more than the car. It's not a car, it's a motor car. So if you are driving a motor car, it doesn't need insurance. But if you are driving a car, or you are driving a machine, then you need to insure it. Hello? If you know that if they steal your car today, your life will be out of order. If you know that if you burn your car today, your life will be out of order, then you need to get insurance before December. And it's not expensive. Sometimes 2% of the value of the car. 2%. It's not as expensive as you think. But because we have this mindset, insurance doesn't work. If they work. Hello? New generation of Nigerians that are also people of integrity have started insurance company that have integrity, and it works. I can tell you stories upon stories in this church. Do you know how many times armed robbers have come here? We had a service like this one Sunday morning, and I got home, and on Monday morning, I got a call. They have removed the roof. This roof you are seeing here. We're all here. On Sunday night to Monday morning, they removed the roof, like half or quarter of the roof. One yogobo roof, one kalor. Hello? So don't get it. Hey, God forbid, God forbid. There are many things that God forbid that life permits. Armed robber came in here one day. They jumped through the fence. They tied down all the security. They tied them down like animal. All the offering you gave on Sunday that day, they went into this. They broke the safe. They sat down inside this place. They sat down, spent like 2-3 hours, and they were sorting the envelope. Yes, inside Calvary. We don't tell you these things so that you will not be afraid. But sometimes we need to reveal this thing to you so that you will know that when we are talking to you, listen to your father. One Joko, one they shared. So the one that are all the check, they separated the check. We met all the check here. All the cash, they carried all the cash. So when we are telling you, stop giving cash, be mature, let's start doing transfer. Everybody go and get an account, do check. We are helping you to move to a realm where it will be difficult for the enemy to mess you up. One more learning. Hello? But we went to police station, did report, went to insurance. We got our money back from insurance. Why? Because it was insured. One day, money was brought to church, and then on Monday, the staff was taking the money to bank to go and lodge it. The staff was at the gate of Zenith. Zenith is not at the gate of Zenith with our church offering. They brought the car, they parked the church bus. The lady came and the guy came down. The driver was still inside. And as they were going inside the bank, they came with Dukon and Okada and collected the money at the gate of Zenith. Everybody scattered. Money gone. Went to police station. This is what happened. This went to insurance. They paid us the money. So listen well. I'm telling you now from experience. Nobody is expecting evil because there are things that insurance cannot give you. Hello, but make sure you put that in place. Number 2, because of time, let me see if I can give you 4. Living a life of waste is a money mistake. Living a life of waste is a money mistake. If you read my book, The School of Money, and it's available online, go to my website, olumide.org. You see it there. One of the things I shared in The School of Money is what I call guidelines to wise spending. Guidelines to wise spending. A lot of us are living a life of waste. We waste money, we waste time, we waste opportunity, we waste privilege, we waste resources. And it's a major money mistake. There are only 3 things you can do with money. Number 1, you can waste it. Number 2, you can spend it. Number 3, you can invest it. Foolish people waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. So living a life of waste is a money mistake. Do you know that some of you sitting down here right now, the kind of money that has entered your hand in the last 3 to 5 years, if you have just managed it well, things would have been better for you. But you have this deceptive belief that money will always come. Even if they are, I remember the days of stock market crash when I started real estate in 2001, 2002. I called all my rich friends all over the world and I told them, I've discovered a major way that we can make money. Let's make land available to poor people. If you have been here for a while, you know I've told you this story. I saw what was happening in the Lekki houses. I saw how Morocco became Lekki. I saw and I said, look, this thing, everybody does not have the millions, but we can do the same thing for middle class and low income earner. So I called all of them. One of my friends that I called was working in the then Intercontinental. Major guy, mega, solid guy. He has money. I called the only Olumide motivate our city today is a village. I said, but your job is not secure. He said, I want to sack me. He said, they can never sack me. So you don't know what I do in Intercontinental? We are the brain behind the brain. I say, what if Intercontinental ceased to exist? I say, you are saying they cannot sack you, but the market can sack your company. And you will get there one day and you will see shut down at the door. Only lie. Did it not happen? When he finally lost his job, it's a sad story I'm telling you. When he finally lost his job, I was not in the office when he came, because sometimes we just come to my office, we'll buy amala, eat and gist. So they know he was my friend and he was the bank manager. When he came after he lost his job, I was not around. They told me, already one beyond Suku, my friend, a big man, he was there crying at the reception. Where's your guy? Where's your guy? He was crying at the reception when I finally came in. What has happened? He has lost his job. As at the time I was telling him to join business, let's do this, let's do that, he was earning so much, bonus, target, everything. The guy was traveling to America with his family, traveling. They were living in a 4 million naira rented apartment in Lekki. 4 million. He had 2 cars. Even the day he brought the wife to me, when I saw the babe from head to toe, I knew that the guy was in trouble. Because there are some people you see, the maintenance fee will kill your life. Maintenance fee. I saw this babe and I looked at her. You know, some people, when you see them, you know, they don't have one laraya. They don't have grace for suffering. I saw that this one, any suffering. And after all was said, and now call us, are you sure now Christian? And I said, no, it's not about Christian. There are Christians that are not marriage material. I said, I'm talking about values. I'm talking about value. I said, this girl that I'm saying, she's someone that cannot suffer with you. So pray that you don't get into trouble. When that thing finally happened, their children were in a major school in Lekki paying stupid money. I told you, how can you be paying this money for kindergarten? What do you pay in now? What the school fees you are paying? What are they teaching them there? All these useless things. At the end of the day, to cut it long story short, by the time he lost the job and he was crying in my office, do you know why he was crying? Let me use another name. Yetunde Mafimile. That's why he was crying. Yetunde will leave me. With 2 children. He was saying it in my Yetunde will leave me. Yetunde will leave Gia. Olumide will saw. Yetunde will leave Gia. Yetunde Mafimile. That was the pain in his heart. That my wife will leave me. And guess what? When we spoke the next day, he said when they got home and told the wife said, hey, so what's now the plan? You mean you don't have any investments? You mean you don't have anything? You mean you didn't have plan for your family? So are we now going to, I cannot remove my children from that school. You have to find a way. I cannot. To cut a long story short, in less than 5 months, she carried the 2 children, left for America till today, as I'm talking to you. But do you blame the woman? I'm not blaming the woman, I'm blaming the man. Because he was a waster. He was a what? Waster. He wasted money. And many of you are here. You are taking care of everybody's children. You are paying school fees for this one. Then you are Father Pharaoh. And what will secure your family? You don't have it. Look, listen to me. On this same street here, she was a member of this church before they relocated to the north. On this same street, a lady was a member of this church. They were living in a bungalow here. And the husband was not a member. She started coming for midweek service and was listening to me and then came to see me for counseling. The man was living here on this same street. And the man was there with the wife, 1 child then, and 5 of his family members. You know Igbo people now. 5 of the guy's family members were living with them. And the woman came and said, look, sir, you have been talking about buying land, building house. I've told my husband. He said, I don't believe in all these things you people are talking. When I have money, I will buy a house. I will buy a house. I will just buy a house. After I kept teaching, and you know the way I teach now, you know, sometimes you go trouble the water. You will discuss it in the car. And you will go home. Do you agree with pastor? And then what do you think about what pastor said? You will scatter ground. So I said one thing one day, and then she came and said, sir, you said something that, is it okay for a wife to go and buy land and be building without telling the husband? I said, it's not okay. And so you must tell your husband. You can't go and do it without your husband. I said, but the way you will tell him is what will determine whether he will tell you yes or no. So I gave her the wisdom to say it. And the wisdom is simple. Don't make it your personal project. Make it a family project. So I'm thinking, this land thing that you say you want to buy a house. Maybe I should buy land because of the children. And just buy it in the name of our son and begin to do something small. What do you think? When you project it like that, he will say yes. And the man said yes. The woman went to buy the land in, where the Pastor Johnson is now, there was no bridge there. No. That laughing, very far. Where we say is that you are traveling to Osun State. She bought the half plot and started building. Guess what? The man traveled, had an accident, and died. Less than 3 years after that. He will just come to this church, crossover, he will come. Some of you are here, your husband are not here now. They're not here. He will just come crossover, maybe when we're doing model. He was not a member, but the wife was always coming. The guy died. Do you know what happened? The 5 brothers thought that their brother was the owner of the bungalow. So when the man died, they now told the woman that since she has only one son, is a boy, that they want to use the house, that she will need to leave their brother's house for them. And the guy said, your brother is not the owner of the house. We are tenants. We pay rent. The landlord, in fact, the rent will soon expire. He said, no, you are lying. So she came to me and said, no problem. Don't argue with them. How far with that your other house? He said, Pastor, there is even no roof. I said, can you finish one room? So we organized welfare, gave her money. Go and finish one room. You and your son move into that one room. But don't tell them anything, leave them in their brother's house. That's how the woman escaped with her son to the house. So she couldn't be coming to church again. They didn't have a car. I said, no, but now she's in the north. She calls me from time to time. Listen to me, people of God. By the time the landlord sent them letter of renewal of rent, they now called her. You mean her brother is truly not the owner of this house? What was he doing with all his money? The people that spent the money. The people that he was spending the money on. What was he doing with all his money? So those of you sitting down right now, come and buy land. It's a bush. Hey, come on, it's your life. Your grandfather was a tenant. Your father is a tenant. Now you are a tenant. It's not a generational curse. It's a generational choice. And as long as you are a tenant, Olumide Emmanuel translation, you are an idolater. Because there are only 3 people we call landlord on earth. God is Lord. The judge in the courts is Lord. Your landlord is Lord. They are called Lord because the power of life and death is in their hand. Until you don't have a roof over your head, you don't know the power of having a roof over your head. As you are sitting out here right now, even if you are an apostle, if I fix appointment with you and your landlord tells you must show up or else you will have trouble, you will call me that you have landlord meeting. Why? Because you are serving 2 lords. So if you are a tenant, you are involved in idolatry. And you need to be delivered from the idolatry of tenancy. Pastor, what verse of the scripture is that? Olumide Emmanuel translation. I give you 2 more and I close. Living without a financial mentor is a money mistake. Living without a financial mentor is a money mistake. Many of you sitting down here right now, if you want to make a financial decision, who do you talk to? You talk to your husband. Is your husband wise? Is he intelligent? How big is his financial intelligence? You talk to your wife. What does she know about money? The only people you talk to, you and your wife, you and your friends, poor people like you. Tenants are counseling tenants. Jobless people are counseling jobless people. Salary earners are counseling salary earners. Poor people are counseling poor people. Why do you think your life is the way it is? You surround yourself with people that are showing you where you have been and where you are, not with people that are showing you where you can be. So you end up, who are your friends today? If you are to raise 100K, check your phone. Or Emmanuel need only for 100K. If you need 1 million now for your kidney, 1 million, would you die? Many of you will just die a useless death. Ordinary 1 million will raise it. Your father, mother, brother, sister, cousin, every friend, all your family will only raise 200K. But when it's time for burial, money will show up. A generation of wasteful people. Hello? Who are your mentors? You need mentors in every major area of your life. I am your pastor, but I cannot be your mentor in every area. There are areas I am strong. There are areas I am weak. I can be your spiritual mentor. I can be your financial mentor. I can be your business mentor. But there are areas that I am not strong. You need to look for somebody else in that area. So in your marriage, you need a mentor for your marriage. People you can go to, matured people that have experience and God that can help you in your marriage. You need financial mentors. You need career mentor. You need spiritual mentor. So living without a financial mentor is a money mistake. And that's why many of you have wasted money, wasted resources, made a lot of wrong decisions because you are nobody in your life that can tell you the next level. The financial intelligence of your mentor determines the financial access of your destiny. Hello? And I hope you know that some people can only mentor you out of poverty. They can't mentor you in riches. So you need to begin to get people that can help you in different aspects of your life. I don't have enough time to flow. Let me give you one more, and I close with this. Because I believe very strongly that the month of November, as we enter into the series of anointing services, there are graces that God will be making available that you need to connect to. Now listen and listen well. Ignoring spiritual law is a major money mistake. And I've seen it destroy the lives of many people, believers. Ignoring spiritual laws. If you are a child of God, and covenant obligation is not part of your constant practice, you are in error. Ignoring spiritual law. Listen and listen well. If you are not a child of God, nobody is demanding of you obedience to God's covenant. But to claim to be a child of God and be arguing with spiritual law, you are operating in foolishness. You cannot go to a school where they wear white. You saw that they are wearing white. You got admission there. You went through the exam, you now became a student and started arguing. I don't wear white. You can't argue with an institution that was there before you came. You have to decide whether you want to be a part of it or not. You can't go to London now and tell them, I don't care what you people say, it's naira I will spend here. I don't spend pounds, I spend naira. It's not possible. I cannot drive this kind of car. I must drive my Nigerian car on my Nigerian way inside London. Nothing you people will do. You are in error. So how can you be a child of God? You are arguing with first fruit, arguing with tithe, arguing with honoring your prophet, arguing with blessing the less privileged, arguing with giving welfare, arguing with seed of faith, arguing with everything that will help your life to move forward. And like I've always said, everybody tithes. You either pay to God, you pay to the devil, or you pay to yourself. But all the 10% you did not give to God, where is your Bentley? Where is your Rolls Royce? Where is your mansion? Where is your estate? Where is your private jet? The 10% you refuse to bring, has it made your life better? Is it not time to think that all the spiritual laws you have ignored is what has opened the door for the devourer to devour your life and devour your resources? And let me tell you something. When the devourer shows up, no one has the power against the devourer except the covenant. It is my prayer that as we move from this month into the month of multiple grace, the God of all grace is waiting for you. And as you assess this week, I pray over your life that the multiplicity of the grace of God will be activated over your life. And from today, everything around you will be from glory to glory. In the name of Jesus.
Thank you for taking time to watch this video. We believe you've learned something of great value. On this channel, we share videos on finances and wealth creation from biblical perspective. You can find more similar videos on this channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Let us know what you've learned in the comment section.